Hi everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Quest XI. So last time out we learnt that we were the Luminary. This kind of really big deal with this really special dude. And so now we have to head off to... oh god, I can't remember the city. What's the city's name? Fuck, it's gone. It's completely gone. Whatever, we have to head to the capital city, which I can't remember the name of at this moment in time. I'll remember it later. And we have to go see the king in order to kind of make ourselves known. And we had a bit of a talk with Gemma, our childhood friend, and she's not really happy about us going. But anyway, we're starting off this part with side quest. So on the roof of your house, you will find a feather, and basically that's what this guy wants. He wants the feather off the roof. Basically, pick it up, go get it, give it to him, and that's the end of it. And for that, you get the sleeping hibiscus, which I'm pretty sure it's a healing item. I don't think I've never used it. So I can't remember. I don't know exactly what it does, but I think it cures. I think it wakes your character up if you're infected with sleep. I think, but I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, before we head off, we've got to have a look and see if there's any shit we can buy. Cypress stick is useless. We've already got a pot lid. As you can see, we can get the Wayfarer's clothes, which boosts our armor, our defense by 1, so that's really useful to get. And it's also useful to stock up on medicinal herbs, so I always try to get 10 of each. Stick them in the item bag for now. I don't really bother with antidotal herbs. At least not at this point of the game, because you don't really run into the poison status effect very often this early on, so it's kind of a waste of money at this point. But anyway, it's time for us to head out. But first, hi Sandy. Where's Gemma? So yeah, she's kind of locked herself in a house, so she's not going to say goodbye to us. Damn it, Gemma. What are you doing? Alright, so we got all the shit that we need. We've got ourselves some new armor. And we've got ourselves some medicinal herbs. So it's time for us to head out. Something else that you can do, I suppose, if you picked up the cypress stick, then you could sell that for a bit of extra money. You don't really get a lot of money for it, but it's, you know, every little helps kind of thing.
It's been so many
Thank you, Elder.
Since old Chalky found you
I mean, since he brought you to Cobblestone. Yeah. I think we already know that I think we know at this point that we were found. I'm pretty sure. So I don't know. I think we know that we were found at this point, and that it isn't actually our biological family, as it were. But yeah. So I don't know why Dunstan is kind of keeping it a secret, because you know, now that we've got this pendant and the mark, surely we can kind of tell that we weren't kind of born here. You know what I mean? Heliodor. That's where we're going. Sorry. There you go. Finally remembered. We're going to Heliodor. So yeah. Oh dear. This is kind of foreshadowing a little bit here, but I won't say any more than that.
Terrible. Trust you to be thinking about what you can get out of it.
Yeah, I kind of like that though, that she kind of calls him out on his shit. You know, that trying to get extra, you know, funds and stuff for Cobblestone out the King of Heliodor. And she's kind of like, oh, God, why are you doing that? But of course, you know, makes sense for him to do it. I mean, we're going to be going to see the king, so, you know, I wanted to try and get something out of it.
Take this map of Erdrea with you.
Yeah, so we've now got a map of Erdrea, map of the whole nation, the whole. I think it's a map. Is it just? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, sorry. I think it's a map of the whole world. And it just basically explains how you can basically look at every single area in the game and have a map of it. So makes sense, I guess. And we've got ourselves a horse. Look at that beautiful steed, ready to take us away.
You travel safely now.
So yeah, basically at this point we're going to be, all we got to do is head north.
You make us proud out there, won't you?
Straight to Heliodor.
Safe.
I'll talk about this a little bit in a minute. I stayed on this for a little bit too long. I didn't know that this doesn't automatically move. you have to press a button to move this on. Ah, you're finally coming to see me, Gemma. See me off, eh?
Here,
Thought you were pissed.
take this with you. I made it for you.
Thank you so much. So we got Gemma's charm.
It'll keep you safe.
Gemma's charm actually is an accessory which I actually kept on. My first playthrough, I actually kept it on for quite a large section of the game. It's really useful at the beginning of the game because I think it, from what I remember, it boosts your charm, your attack, and your defense. So it's actually a really helpful thing to have to give you that little boost of attack and defense early on. Charm's not quite so useful, at least not at this point. Down the line it will become useful. So now we're heading out. So basically at the horse you'll see that bell there. That means if you go to any bell in the outer region on your travels, if you hit that bell, then basically you will call your horse to you wherever you are. So that's kind of nice. So here I'm just basically looking around. And it's like, yay! Oh, here we go. I did actually have a thought early on at this point that I was going to try and find every single item on my way across, but no, it takes way too fucking long. But anyway, so at this point basically you can just head straight to Heliodor. Basically the reason why I cut there was because we've got no new enemies to kind of face yet, so yeah, fuck you. And that's kind of showing something off as well. If you basically run into the horse, if you use the horse and run into the enemy at full pelt, full speed, galloping, then what will happen is that you will kill it, and you'll kill it instantly, but you only receive 10% of the experience points. So if you usually get 10 XP, you'll get 1 instead. And this is a new enemy, Cruel Cumber. Oh my god. Cruel Cumber are relatively strong. They're stronger than the enemies you faced up to this point. A tad, like they hit kind of hard. And we found a Seed of Life that increases your health points. All right, let's kill you. We've already faced a Needler. This one we haven't. This is a Stark Raven. Again, this thing doesn't... Its defenses are pretty decent. Likes to raise its agility, which doesn't fucking help it. If it does attack, it causes a decent amount of damage, but nothing too much. Like I was saying earlier, basically you could just head straight up north and ignore all the enemies and just go straight to Heliodor. And you wouldn't really affect anything. Okay. New enemies. Bunnycorn. Bunnycorn will always raise its attack power, and then will hit you. Oh, damn it, wasted a critical hit on a slime. But Bunnycorn actually does a pretty sizable amount of damage if it hits. See, like 4 hits at this point in the game is quite a lot. So they can be a little bit tricky to kind of deal with. But anyway, as I was saying, you can go straight to Heliodor at this point and ignore everything. But it is best if you're at least level 6 or 7 before you reach Heliodor, because then you have to do kind of less grinding when you're there for the fights that you'll have to get involved with in that particular area. So it's worth it to just grind a little bit in here, because the enemies are relatively weak, and there's plenty of them to kind of go at. Okay then, so this is the introduction of camps. Basically these will be at random points in the overworld, and they're basically places that you can rest up and heal and save. Sorry, there you go. You can save at the holy statue. These are basically places that you can rest up and heal and save if you haven't got a town anywhere near. They're kind of mostly in kind of really big open areas of the big open areas of the overworld, basically. And yeah, so they're kind of useful. It's like my old dad always said. Something else, basically, that level 6 or you want to be level 6 or 7 by the time you reach Heliodor, which would be that is what I would advise at this point. So you just want to head there and, you know, make sure you're at level 6 or 7, and then you don't have to do as much grinding when you get there. And of course I've got to look in here to see if there's any shit I can nick. And we got 12 gold coins and a small scale. I think that's something you can equip. I think it's an accessory from what I remember. I don't know what it does though. So let's rest up for the night. So yeah, you can rest here. You can rest up. You can ask the statue for help. So you can save. You can revive fallen party members. Remove any curses. Switch to 2D mode if you want to. And all that. And then there's also a store, so you can buy items like, you know, you can buy. It's mainly, I think, usable items, so it's stuff like medicines and stuff like that, medicinal herbs. But anyway, this is the character builder. So as you level up, you'll earn each level up you go, you'll get points associated to you'll gain character builder points. And so basically you have to make the choice of what direction you want to go. For the main character to start off with, you have single sword, you have there's the luminary, sword master, single-handed sword, and great sword. And so depending on what you want to do, if you want to go after a single metal, that's useful to get. You'll find those through the overworld as well, and you can just basically mine and get some items for crafting. I'll fight you. But yeah, so basically it means that you choose a path that you wish to go down. So if you want to have your character use single-handed sword and shield combo, then yeah, go to the sword, the single-handed sword and sword master stuff. If you want to just use great swords, then go to the great swords side. Later on in the game, they also more stuff kind of unlocks, so you can unlock more abilities and stuff like that. I'd recommend, in all honesty, picking one at the start of the game and sticking with it till the very end. If you want to, you can go to the what is it? Go to the statue or to the church, and you can basically reset all the points. Right, hang on. Fright bulb. These are pretty pathetic. They usually go down within a couple of hits, and they don't really do that much damage, so don't worry about them at all. Anyway, as I was saying, you can basically go to it and... so basically, if you decide that... sorry, Hammer Hood. Pretty stout defensively, and can hit pretty hard. So, but yeah, I'm pretty much leveled up at this point, so it's not going to be an issue. So if you've basically been using like a single-handed sword throughout the entire game, and then you decide, well, fuck it, I want to go to a great sword this time. You can basically go to the single-sworded section and remove all of those spent points, and then put them into the great sword section. So, yeah, you can. It is very. You can play around with it, but I recommend sticking with, kind of picking one at the very beginning of the game and sticking with it till the very end, because it will just help you out in the long run. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Platypunk. That was the enemy we just faced. Platypunks are pretty sturdy defensively, and they hit pretty hard. So they're probably the most difficult enemy that you will face in this early part of the game. It's probably the most difficult enemy that you will random enemy that you will face in the game. Oh, at this early stage, anyway. But I've got my horse, so I can just run him over. Because fuck him. So yeah. And as I said, if you run him over with your horse while you're galloping, then you'll earn 10% of the experience points. So I guess it's a quick way of grinding if you want to do it that way, but it's just, I find it's just easier to just... Sorry. I find it easier to just, run into the enemies normally and get the maximum amount of experience points possible. But here we are finally. This is Heliodor. Which is a pretty nice looking place. I really like the way this place looks. It's very old school kind of fantasy kind of vibes to me, a lot of greenery, a lot of beautiful looking stone making up the buildings. Anyway, though, we can just head straight up to the castle, the main castle, and continue on with plot. However, first things first, we've got a few side quests that we can do. Talk to this little girl, and she's lost her cat. Her cat's kind of stuck on the roof, and we have to go and help it down and kind of bring it to her. And for that, you'll get kitty litter. Yeah, no shit. It's basically just an item that you can use in... I believe you can use it in crafting for a specific thing, if I remember correctly. Or you can also use it... or you can sell it and get a decent amount of money for it. And there's the other side quest that we can do. So the second side quest basically is... There's this guy who's obsessed with the two main guys here, like the two heroes, and basically there's a book on them, so basically go find the book and give it to him. So yes, now we can buy some more items. So we've got the leather shield, so let's get that, boosts our defense, and you can also get the leather hat and leather armor combo, which will also give you a boost to your defense, but I've just bought the armor because, well, I can't really buy both at the moment. So yeah, You do want to, every new place you want to go, you want to check what weapons and armor is available. So yeah, now we can buy the copper sword, which gives us a extra 5 attack power, so that's kind of useful. And so yeah, what was I doing? I don't remember what I was doing here. Yeah, so the cobblestone sword and the 2 cobblestone swords you get, the single-handed one and the great sword, you cannot sell them. They're stuck in your inventory for the whole game. So yeah, really early on you get rid of them as well, so that get rid of them too, so it's not really all that useful. They get outclassed really quickly. Anyway, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to get this cat down. So we're going to go to the roof, and there's the little bastard. But first, chest. And we got ourselves another mini medal. These are used much later on in the game to, I think you... Hi, Tockle. God. Just vanishing on me. What a rude piece of shit. But anyway, the mini medals basically, the more you collect, the better items you can get in this particular place. So, worth game. Speak to the cat, he'll growl at you, he'll meow at you, and then you'll be by the little girl again. And we get kitty litter. Nice. Like I say, it's just, I think you just sell it. Yeah, I think so. So if you go to the town, the building that is behind the church, you'll find a pair of fishnet stockings. These are a good early game defensive piece of armor for female party members, so it's well worth getting. I think it's also part of a costume set for one of the main characters later in the game, but we won't be seeing her for a good while. So if you go to the far kind of southwest, southeast, no, northeast, sorry, what the fuck, go to the far northeast of the map, to that building there, you will find the book. All you have to do then is go back to this asshole and tell him about the book, and that's your and that's the third side quest done, and you get a Dracilian shilling. Basically that is just an item to sell. You get a good amount of money for it as well, so there you go. And that's going to be it for this part of Dragon Quest XI. Join me next time when we will be continuing the story by heading up to the to Helliodor Castle and speaking to the King of Heliodor. So join me next time for the next part when we'll be continuing story by heading to Heliodor Castle. See you next time.